Mounts in Blue Protocol work similarly to any other MMORPG, however there are a slight difference in terminology. So in this game they're called imagines. The imagine is basically the term given to any soul of a creature that inhabits the world, and these souls can be called upon in various locations. There are 3 types of imagine at the time of recording in the Japanese Blue Protocol. There are battle imagine, which are summonable creatures for battle, which will come in and do some damage to the enemy, or sometimes will heal you apparently. There are equipment imagine that you literally slot into your character to give you powers beyond what you normally would be able to, giving you passive stat increases. You can equip, I believe, a total of 5 of those if the Wikipedia is to be trusted for Blue Protocol. And then finally, the third type is the mount imagine. These are again summonable soul creatures that form as a way of you mounting and moving across the open world. These mounts can be summoned in cities and towns. This can be summoned in the open world. The only restriction is, of course, no instanced mounting or places that are instanced, such as dungeons and places like that, which is very atypical with lots of other MMORPGs. The first mount you get in the game is available when you reach Adventurer rank 4, as far as I know from my testing, and this comes from the Adventurer board 4. So there are Adventurer boards. Every time you rank up your Adventurer rank, you get an Adventurer board, and on that has lots of different nodes to unlock things, some of which you might want to go out of your way to unlock, and some of which you'll just passively get. I believe this one for Adventurer board 4 just came from me doing lots of side quests. I just did it automatically and claimed the rewards, and hey presto, there was the mount. Equipping a mount is as simple as going to the character equipment section and equipping the mount type you want to summon, and then once you've equip that, go back into the game, come out of the menus, and it's simply a tap of the G key on your keyboard, or of course if you're on controller that'll be one of the bindable buttons there. But as soon as you press G, it's an instant summon of a mount, and hey presto, your character is sat on top of that. You can press G again to make it disappear. It is literally an imagination, literally an imagine, which is quite funny. So there are lots of different types of mounts that come in the game. There are for the free one. There are cash shop related ones. I believe there are also seasonal event ones. However, I don't know the extent of what's free from those. A lot of the time, these games, as far as I can tell, try to push the cash shop for cosmetics, and mounts are certainly something you will see a lot of there. Recently, there has been the New Year's celebration mounts, as well as lots of costumes to do with New Year's, and previously to that, the Christmas event as well. In the game then, once you summon your mount, it's interesting to me, I thought I'd share this bit of information. It feels like you're not necessarily controlling just your character with a mount stuck on it, rather you're controlling your character sat on a creature and you're giving orders to it. How do I explain this? So in World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV, any of those typical MMORPGs, when you get a mount, you've got that sort of like instant directional change, and you push that direction and it moves. In this game, as soon as you've got the mount summoned, you push forward and it starts to move forward. You push left, it starts to move left. You've also got a sprint key, which is obviously the same as when you're on, your feet. You hold shift and you start to sprint. And you're it feels like you've got some weight to the mounts in this game. I'm not sure how the others feel, because again, I've not been able to unlock them, and I'm certainly not going to spend money on a character that's going to get deleted on the cash shop. But yeah, as I move around pushing A and D, as I'm pushing forward with W and I'm moving my mouse around, it does feel like I am controlling my character, pulling it feels like she's pulling the reins of the mount. And more often than not, that weight is something that I wasn't sure I would like, but it's definitely something that I ended up really enjoying. I'll tell you a little story. When I went to this area, there's like a cavern you go through. I was sprinting through there as fast as I could, dodging around things, and then coming out the other end, there was like this cliff edge on this sort of like canyon section of the landscape of this zone, and I ended up sort of overcooking the corner a little bit and falling off the mountain, and that's simply because of the weight of the mount. So I was pushing, and where ordinarily I would have never have dropped off there, I did. So there was a certain amount of skill to kind of learn the weight of the creature. I'm not sure if the other mounts that you will get in the game have different weights to them. It would be cool if they did. I don't know. I would imagine not. But yeah, I was really quite blown away by how fun it felt to actually mount in this game, and how cool things felt or when you were going and traversing through zones. The mounts are insanely fast. I'm not sure if the cash shop ones are any quicker or anything like that, but the free one was already like to the point where you were holding the shift key down, and I was like, there's nowhere I would need to go any quicker than this. But you never know, right? There might be faster mounts. But yeah, I thought I'd share this with you. I've recorded a lot of footage of this game, and I'm very grateful to the viewership we got on our first video about how hyped I was for the game. And now it's just a case of going through the footage. I recorded a lot of it, talking to you about all the bits that I liked the most from it, sharing my hype, and yeah, I will say that this character did eventually get banned. That character is no more, but I will be playing again. I will definitely activate another character and will burn through that, record as much as possible and do more. It is exciting. This game needs to have a release date. I'm very, very optimistic, and who knows when we're going to get that information. But until then, let's see how much we can learn about the game, and vicariously you can through me. Thank you so much for watching. The support on the channel has been overwhelming, and I would really like to get this channel partnered simply by the fact that we'd be able to edit videos and use like proper thumbnails and all the other partnership benefits. So thank you so much for the support so far. I think we just need watch hours now, but if you want to help me out, feel free to subscribe. I don't normally talk about this stuff on my YouTube channels, but it actually does help. Thank you so much. Let me know what you want to see next from Blue Protocol videos. I have a lot of stuff to go through, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.